Have you ever had this experience where you're watching a really good movie and you forget it's a movie? You're so transported into your imagination and into the reality on that big screen that you feel like you're inside that movie. Have you ever done this? No, don't go down the basement stairs, or oh my gosh, what are they doing next? I have blurted out loud in the middle of movie theaters, even though I understand this, because I also have the ability to be transported into that reality. That's a secret power of actors. They have the ability to manifest realities that are real, believable, and authentic. And because human beings are actors and actors are also human beings, you also possess this skill. If you're intrigued on how to apply the principles from the acting world to manifest your reality, pay attention to what I am about to say next. My name is Deborah Lovemore, and I train individuals on the art and the science of speaking human with authority and authenticity, so other human beings pay attention and the universe says yes to your transformation, positive impact, peace, and prosperity. So back to the actors. So actors use their imaginations to create these realities, but you also possess these skills. Well, what if you're saying, well, Deborah, I don't have any interest in acting? Totally fine. But Shakespeare said all the world's a stage, and don't you have a desire to manifest the reality of your dreams? You already possess that. Actors are human beings, and human beings can learn how to act. So what I'm going to invite you to do is using the principles from the acting industry, and I wanted you to think about one thing you want to manifest within the next week. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, we don't want it to be so intense that it's a 10, and we don't want to be such a low bar that it's a 1. So I would think about manifesting something between 5 and a 7 on that scale, 1 to 10, 5 to 7. So it's not so intense and it's not so easy. So I want to invite you to think about that one thing that you would like to manifest this week. Now, we're going to use the power of your imagination and see yourself in that reality. I want you to notice what you smell in that reality. What do you hear in that reality? What do you taste in that reality? And then how do you physically feel in that reality? Now, if you're experiencing any doubt, any fear, or any resistance, what I'm going to invite you to do right now is to imagine that you have a transformation box right in front of you, and you're going to put all that fear, all that worry, all that doubt into the transformation box. So you're going to visualize a box in front of you, make it as beautiful or as simple as you like, and you're going to imagine putting all that fear, worry, and doubt into that box, the transformation box. Whatever that is, and you're going to put the lid back on that box, and you're going to visualize it going far away. So back to creating and manifesting your reality. What do you see in this reality? Pay attention to the details. What does it smell like in this reality? What are you eating or drinking in this reality? How do you physically feel in this reality? And what are you hearing in this reality? Now we're going to go a bit further, and this is where the rubber meets the road. And this is how actors manifest realities that are real, believable, and authentic. And this is what you're going to do this week. So you're using all your senses to conjure up and create and manifest a reality, something you want to manifest and create this week. Now, this needs to be infused with a deep sense of knowing. And that is why all fear, worry, or resistance was put in that transformation box and released. And I want you to remember a time where you just knew, down to your bones, in your gut, that this was the right next thing for you to do. No ifs, no ands, no buts. You just knew it. It could be quite simple. It's like, I just know I'm supposed to have a dog. I'm going to go get a dog at the pound or at the rescue center. It could be, I know I want a new car, so you know you're going to afford the new car and you go buy the new car. So there is a sense of knowing, or you meet somebody and you instantaneously knew deep down that this was going to be a really good friend for the rest of your life. That kind of knowing. So I invite you to remember that kind of knowing at a previous experience you have had in your life. And I'm going to invite you to now drop into the remembering that experience of that emotion of knowing. That deep sense of knowing that feels deep but also feels expansive. It feels calm. It feels relaxed. And there feels a certain confidence. It's not cocky confidence. It's just this deep trusting confidence that you know it's the right thing to do, or you know it's going to happen. And I invite you to drop into that deep sense of knowing. What I'd love to know this week, please comment on what you were able to manifest this week. And if you're interested in working with me, click on the link below.